All right, everyone. We got a good one for you tonight on Top 5. We're listing our favorite rock singers of all time.
Welcome to Top 5 with Joey Cassata. Starring Joey Cassata.
Team Jesus, my friend. Am I walking around, Park?
Co-starring Ernie Palooza. And the Doctor, Tommy Snyder.
Goddamn.
Now here's your host, Joey Cassata.
All right, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Top 5. I'm your host, Joey Cassata.
And I'm Meatloaf. Finally made it to paradise. But no death. Crap.
That's disgusting. Ernie.
Unbelievable.
Too soon. What's the matter with you?
I love too soon.
And he's back. He has not been banned from the show yet. Ernie's lynch mob has not caught up with him yet. It's the Doctor, the Monster. Top tonight. Was that a spitting cobra?
You know damn right it was.
What's
you
happening,
know
boys?
goddamn well it is.
What's up?
Nothing.
Top 5 rock singers. That's what's up.
That's right. We got a good one tonight. But before we get into all that, let's talk about last week's episode. We had a fun one, but we also held a contest that's still actively going on. Buy 2 Ernie t-shirts available on Amazon.com. Wear one, hold another one up, and take a picture of yourself and send it to us at top5withjoeycassata@gmail.com. And we will have you on the show as a guest appearance. Okay? So again, I forgot to post the link last week until later in the week, so I'm going to post it again this week. First person to send it in, I haven't gotten the picture yet because obviously I think shirts have been ordered, but no one has gotten their shirts yet, so there's still time. If you have Amazon Prime, you still might be able to jump on this contest. Ernie t-shirts available on Amazon right now. I will post the link right now.
Is there any bonus if they stomp the butter too while wearing the shirt?
Oh, well, I mean, if they stomp the butter while wearing an Ernie shirt, while holding an Ernie shirt, not only do they come on, they get to pick the topic.
Wow. Impressive.
I wish I was eligible.
Who says you're not? You could buy 2. All the money, all the proceeds go to the Joey Foundation.
For me, it'd be Stomp the Margarine.
Most proceeds in my life always went to the Joey Foundation.
I'll never forget the first Billy O show. Or was it the first? When did we make all the money? Was it L'Amour's? No. We took all the money and put it right on the bar, right?
It went to the L'Amour's Snyder Foundation. L'Amour's.
We made money, but we never actually took the money home. It always just stayed at the bar wherever we were.
Oh, right. But yeah, that was when we had little money. But the L'Amour's show, we made a lot of money.
Well, me and you did.
Yeah. I don't think we ever turned it over.
I don't know if the Playground Boys ever heard that full story, but yes. So we had to sell tickets to our L'Amour's show 30 plus years ago now. And obviously, as we're selling tickets, I have my envelope that says Playground Money. Tommy has his envelope that says Playground Money. And by the end, we're supposed to turn it in, and that's the band money. I don't know what happened, but I don't think we ever turned it in.
I think Brian and Steve were like, and Brendan were like, "Is that your friend Billy?" No, looks like him, but no.
Oh, that's not.
No. He didn't buy a ticket from me.
He must have bought it. No. They all bought tickets at the door. They didn't buy them from us.
Is that your friend Jimmy? No. Looks like him. No.
Oh, we were eating and drinking good for a couple months there.
Oh, we were rich. Rich.
All right, before we get into this great topic, we got to play. I think the Doctor's on the. I know he's at work. I see the steam engine behind him, whatever the hell that thing is. So I'm not sure if he's on the clock, but we're gonna play the infamous, the world-renowned What are you drinking tonight?
Oh, because I'm at work, I'm drinking coffee.
Wait, hold on. Put it closer to the camera.
The cup even doesn't believe you.
I'm a big spot. It smells a little bit like licorice, black licorice.
No.
What could be in that coffee?
Goddamn.
Ernie, what are you drinking?
This is water.
Whoa. When I see a red cup, I only think of 2 words: jungle juice.
I think of 4 words. What did you do?
Yeah, 4 words.
That's usually like we're having a benefit when we broke the pool. We were doing something for the band. We always do a keg party, and those red cups always came out.
We always use red cups in this house. We have no washing machine.
Well,
no dishwasher, I should say.
Yeah, the dishes do not go in the washing machine, Ernie. That's no good.
Well, we don't have either anyway. But
Obviously, why he uses plastic cups.
Right.
He puts them in the washing machine. This way they don't break.
But we have had some jungle juice parties where people decided not to use the cups, right, Ernie?
well, ran out of cups.
And what did they wind up doing?
Well, as we walked in, I saw Roger just have his whole head like immersed in the drowning.
It was in Wildwood, right? Was it
Yeah.
Wildwood or yeah, right? So right, obviously jungle juice is basically just all 100 liquors, all different combined, and then just some juice. High C usually. Remember the cans? We used to have them lined up all over the place. We would put it in a cooler, put ice in it, and that was your juice. But you'd take your cup and you'd probably dip it in, and that's usually how you got the juice in your cup. Even that's a little filthy if you really think about it. You're sticking your hand probably in the juice. But anyway, we walk into one of these parties, and our friend, was it Roger?
I believe it was, yeah.
Roger Young?
Yeah.
Roger had his head completely submerged into the juice, drinking it.
What's wrong with bobbing for juice? And if you got a good friend, he'll hold your feet up for you normally and allow you to go in and help you out. That's how we do it. But the cooler was also called the coffin. It wasn't your regular cooler.
Right,
It was
right,
one of
the
those
long
giant
ones.
coffins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right,
And
right.
germs, Joey. Nothing could live in jungle juice.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Not even
Very
COVID.
good point.
Not even COVID.
I believe that was the ceiling fan night.
Oh yes, and the couch. One of my favorite stories of all time. Joe
My
Bacardi.
first drummer.
We
first
walk
drummer, Joey Carter.
right. So basically, we walk in. We see Roger submerged in the jungle juice. We keep walking into the next room, and we hear the sound. We hear. We're like, what the hell is that? We go in the room. There's a guy standing on a chair.
Joey
And this-
Carter.
No, I thought it was Bacardi.
Joey,
No,
what's his name?
Bacardi.
Bacardi.
Right.
Joey Bacardi.
So there's a ceiling fan obviously going, and they're having a contest who could stop the ceiling fan with their head at the highest speed. So they're on the chair. They're going, okay, ready? And it would stop, and their head would either be bleeding or beet red, and I was like this.
Yeah, the winner of that went on to the next round. They would get their big toe, put it underneath the couch, and how many people could sit on it to crush the toe?
Right,
That was the next round. So
I think they both stopped the ceiling fan at high speed, so they tied. So they had to move on to the bonus round, right? So Bacardi goes, all right, take your shoe off. I'm gonna put this couch on my big toe. Let's see how many people we can have sit on it. What?
When you talk about the head hitting the ceiling fan, it brought me to a time when we had cloned. It used to be James Patrick's, and then we called it the End Zone on Flatbush Avenue. And we had a bachelor party inside the End Zone. The owners closed the doors, locked the doors. Sean, I know his name, but I don't know if I want to put it out there. It was his bachelor party. Okay. So we're at the bar, and he starts at one end of the bar, and he's wrecked. He's got a giant condom on his head. And he starts making his way down the bar, and his head's just missing one fan. I don't know how this is happening. And me and Ray Young are looking like, oh, he's getting the third. I never seen it was pop, 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 pop. The giant rubber goes flying, and he goes flying off the ball. It was fantastic. It was fantastic.
I believe it's so funny how all these stories tie in together. The same Sean, who we won't mention his last name, I believe it's the same Sean. The same trip we're talking about with the Jungle Juice and the ceiling fans. Is that the Palmolive story? We won't go into details with the Palmolive, but that was Palmolive, right?
Yes.
Disgusting.
And at the end of the bachelor party, he was so hammered he passed out. What do you call that with the puck and you hit the bowling pins? It's a game, and then they reset.
Yeah.
There's sawdust on it.
Yep.
He passed out on this game, and we put quarters in the game and grab him by his ankles, and we'd push him down, and his head would hit the pins, and then we'd pull him back, let them reset, put another quarter in, and everyone would take turns. It was, thank God there were no cell phones. That's all I gotta say.
I was about to say the same thing, but sometimes I'm like, you know what? Thank God there were no cell phones because it would be bad. But some of these things I would really love to have captured. No, how good would it have been to look back at that?
If you're not the guy with the rubber on your head,
Well,
the guy with the couch on his toe, the guy screaming Palmolive, or the guy passed out on the game.
Of course, right. The stuff with me, right. That's the problem, right. My stuff would be my stuff I could delete, but other people would have it. We always have each other's stories. I'm sure Sean and everyone else is telling stories about us.
Don't forget, Babbles was the paparazzi in
You're
the
right.
Hampton.
You're right.
And he's got a picture of me threatening to rip the camera off him and pull him in the pool. He's to document everyone's insanity.
Yep.
But
Oh, yeah. All right. Always fun. Good stories. Getting the show started. Again, I say it every week. We got to do a top 5. You know, it's a little incriminating, but maybe we'll try to clean it up. Top 5 Ernie stories. Top 5 Doctor stories. Top 5 me stories. I'd love to, and obviously maybe that person won't play that week. If we do a top 5 Ernie stories, Doctor, me and you will do it. Maybe Ernie won't do it, and so on and so forth.
I wanted to just add to something. When Ernie threw the shopping cart through a window, one of my favorite stories, the VCR tape had just come out, and we were into doing all kinds of stupid short skits and stuff. And I had an idea, would have been pretty cool. Someone dressed up as the president, in a suit with Secret Service walking. All of a sudden, Ernie comes flying out of the crowd with a shopping cart, and we wrestle him to the ground. I wanted to take it to a whole nother level. But anyway.
That's how that started?
No, it was what we tried to do afterwards. With it. Run with it, Joey. You know what I mean.
Go. Yeah, I get it. All right. Good topic this week. We're picking our favorite rock singers of all time. Again, Ernie with his Ernie rules immediately says, this is our favorite thing. It's not the best thing. It's right. I said, Ernie, that's our criteria every week. We're never picking the critically acclaimed best this or best that. We're picking what we like the best, right? Is that always the criteria?
You're right. Just
Yeah, we keep.
You're right.
Right.
Research involved. If we go the best, and then even that's an argument.
Yeah, but what does that even mean? The best. You know what the best is? My favorite is the best. That's the best, and your favorite is your best.
Well, thank you, Joey. I thought it was just your favorite
Well,
was
no,
the best.
Actually, you're right. It's just my favorite. Trust me, when if Bono and Ozzy are on your list, it's my favorite.
Up. Joey, you're growing up. My little boy is growing up. But look at him.
Every goddamn week I hear U2 and Ozzy now. That's all. Every freaking week we get it in there. God damn.
Little Sabbath here.
Oh shit! All right.
Look, we got you doing it.
I'm dreading this.
You brought up Ozzy. We didn't have to.
You're right.
You brought up Ozzy.
We
didn't have to.
I'll edit it out.
How many Sabbath singers are going to be on our list today?
I got 4. Wait, maybe 5. Maybe 5.
Have there even been 5?
Yeah, if you count the guy who sang after Ozzy when Ozzy left the band, when he was thrown out and then came back. Let it be. Let it be. I'm okay. Yeah. Joe, you didn't know they sang that. They wrote that.
Ozzy wrote "Let It Be." I didn't know. I did not know that.
Unbelievable.
By the way, that guy was Dave Walker.
There you go.
Did he ever play live or record anything?
No.
There were studio tapes. They released. They were horrible. and they played live a few of the songs, but Ozzy ended up coming back, finishing the album, Never Say Die, and then he left.
They were horrible,
All
like
kicked out.
worse than Ozzy, or what are we talking?
Well, obviously, if you heard it, you probably like it because you like Kiss. So
You don't compare Paul Stanley's voice with Ozzy's voice, please.
I'll give you Paul Stanley. I think he's commendable. He has a nice voice. Not recently.
No, not anymore. Not anymore. But
Does he still sing?
at
No.
one time he did. No, don't you dare. Did you hear
He
that?
does.
Oh, shut up.
I went to the last concert in Allentown before he fell in his bathroom.
Oh, God.
These rock stars are getting old, aren't they? There's no colorful way of going out anymore. I slipped and fell in the bathtub.
Right before I was at
career's
the show.
over.
I was at the show before Ozzy broke his hip.
Fantastic.
Ozzy not only says that Never Say Die is the worst Sabbath album, he says it's the worst album he has ever been on by anybody. The worst,
Oh, great.
Yeah.
I mean, I have my favorites on the album, but you could tell.
Oh, it's Ozzy says it's the worst album his voice has ever appeared on. Out of all the albums he's appeared on.
How
Well,
the
Sabbath
hell are
lost
we
their
on
way
this
in that.
topic? Stop it! Stop it! You brainwashing idiots.
There are too much keyboards on the album, too.
Let's move on. All right,
Oh,
Doctor.
okay, what are we talking about?
Your
I'm sorry.
number 5 rock singer of all time. What do you got?
All right. How do I define a singer? Now, you don't have to be a singer to have a definition. I've always used, obviously, vocal, feel, style, and if you can combine all three of them, which my top two do, I think it's you have like a great singer. So with that, I'm going to go with vocals. Like vocals in my when I was a kid.
Uh-oh. Is he frozen or is he tricking us? All right, we had a little technical issue here. Let's get back to the Doctor's number 5 pick.
Okay, so I broke down this pick in different categories of what a singer to me should be. One is vocal talent, feel, and what that means is making the audience feel what he's feeling, really getting across the message, and style. And my last 2 picks will combine all 3 of those to make them really good, very versatile. So I'm gonna go with Jeff Tate.
Ooh,
I
really?
grew up with him. Not in the early stages. I wasn't too much into that. The early stages of Queensryche, it didn't do it to me. It was too over the top vocally. But later on, oh my God, I've enjoyed his voice over the years, from Operation Mindcrime to all their albums afterwards. And he can sing with feel also a little bit, but vocally wise, he's really one of the best set of lungs that, in my opinion, rock. I wouldn't put anyone against him. I think he's got the best set of lungs. I gotta be quite honest with you.
Yeah, as far as a talented vocalist, I think he's great. I'm surprised you went there. I never thought of him like a singer you would enjoy. Again, as far as power and just vocal ability, yeah, he's fantastic. Not necessarily my type of vocalist, but I get it. I definitely understand why people love him. Ernie?
Yeah, I broke it down into different categories. That's why. So I went with the vocalist.
What do you
I think
Ernie?
that's great choice. Yeah, great choice. Queensryche
No,
is great stuff.
you have your Rob Halfords out there and stuff and everything like that, but I always thought Jeff Tate really was the cream of the crop. I really do.
Yeah.
And he showed that later in the years when he toned down his voice. It wasn't all, show and tell on stage, trying to dress to impress, so to speak.
Yep.
He learned to just sing in a beautiful voice. And so that was good. That won me over the late years.
Yeah, good pick. I can't argue it. It's a surprising pick. I never thought of you as a Jeff Tate guy, but I get it. All right, Ernie, start us off. What do you got? Number 5.
My first Sabbath singer,
Oh Lord.
Ian Gillan. I got Ian Gillan for number 5. Not just the singer of Deep Purple, by the way. Also, he's Jesus on Jesus Christ Superstar.
Zero to hero.
Yep.
What you gonna be? What you gonna be, brother?
Oh, that is great song.
I need some new fucking co-hosts. That's what I need.
That's
What do you mean the first Sabbath singer, Ernie? What are you talking about?
my first Sabbath singer? I don't
Oh, okay.
on my list. On my list.
Yeah, meaning he's got at least 3 more coming.
Cool.
Oh, God.
Actually, I have nothing but Sabbath singers on my list.
Nice. I'm gonna put my heated seat on now and just kick back and enjoy this one, Ernie.
Go ahead.
on.
Tell us.
You can't-
Tell
you
us
can't all
about
do-
Ian Gillan.
Well, I mean, Deep Purple is what he's most famous for, and that's where he was at his best. But Jesus Christ Superstar is one of my absolute favorite albums of all time. And sometimes it's my absolute favorite album of all time. It that and Purple Rain goes back and forth. It's incredible. But yes, he did do a Sabbath album in '83, which I also love. And you
What's
can check out what. Yeah,
What's his first Sabbath album?
there's only one, Born Again,
Okay.
and that album was critically destroyed when it came out, but now it has such a resurgence. Everybody's talking about it. It's all over. It's gone viral.
Stop it. What do you mean everybody's talking about it? Who's talking about it? And where has it gone viral?
Hold on a second. I'm outside. Stop talking about it. I'm on a podcast. The people on the bus stop next to me were talking about
They're
it.
talking about Born Again right now?
I agree.
Yep.
There's a buzz in the air, buddy. There's a buzz in the air.
The album is Born
Buzz
Again.
in your ass.
The album really is Born Again. That's why.
Anything that ends within your ass is always funny.
Always good. All right, not to cut you off, Ernie, but we're moving on. Ugh.
Okay.
Hold on a second.
Oh, Jesus. Here we go.
Well, I was going to talk about Jesus Christ Superstar. You didn't have to beat me to the punch there, Joey. But Ian Gillan, Ernie, I don't know if the original Jesus Christ Superstar was who.
Well, actually, Ian
I saw
Gillan.
him live, and he was like in diapers. He was like 70 years old.
Ian Gillan was the first one because that was the one from London before it even came to America.
I thought he was the first. I thought he was the first live album released because the original studio was.
The movie came later. Yeah, the movie soundtrack came a little.
Not the movie. The actually. I'm sorry. I thought the original. There was another original, but anyway, Ian Gillan used to hit these falsetto notes back in the 70s. Would, not sustain them like I did in Third Heart or from Playground and the operatic, try to hit the opera notes and stuff like that. He just got in and out with the falsetto, like in the 70s. It was just pretty cool to touch on it and get out or scream on the falsetto. It was really good stuff. It brought energy to the song. It wasn't necessarily like a note like it was used in the 80s metal. It was really cool.
I'm inserting the shadow note right now. What?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. It's coming.
I will, instead of stomp butter, I'm going to stomp heads.
All right, moving on. Even though I might have a Sabbath singer coming up later too. All right, my number 5. It's funny. Even though I like the band, but I'm not super into the band. But just this guy's voice, every time I hear him, it's just so smooth, just so relatable. Nothing fancy about his voice. I don't think he has a crazy range. I got to go Paul Rogers. Bad Company, Free. Always liked his voice. Just so, something relaxing almost about his voice. Just really, and the melodies that he writes and stuff, just a very pleasing voice to the ear. I don't know about his range and his all that stuff, but God, I love his voice.
Well, range is overrated. It got blown out in the 80s.
I agree.
It makes no difference if you can sing a low note, middle of the octave, and then double it on the top. It doesn't make a difference. It really doesn't. It's tone, feel, tone always. Tone.
Tone is
But-
absolutely, I couldn't agree more. Tone is number one, and obviously how you use that tone is your feel. Couldn't agree more. Range,
Exactly.
I don't care if you're, you have a one
No,
octave
yes.
range. I don't care.
Yes.
If you have a beautiful tone, I love it. I love it.
Did the Beatles have high octave ranges? I mean,
Exactly.
Paul had a nice range.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. Paul took it, but he didn't have to. He didn't have to. And they're still all revered as great songs and
Yeah.
singers. So,
Agreed.
Ernie, one question. Was he the original? You mean Bad Company, the one who replaced he sang for Journey? Rogers? I forgot his name.
No, Paul Roger. What do you mean?
No, he wasn't in Journey. A Bad Company.
No, but didn't was
No.
it?
No, he replaced. He did a
No,
stint with
no,
He,
Journey.
Paul
he
Rogers did
replaced
a
Queen and
yeah.
Freddie Mercury.
He did
for,
a quick stint with Queen. Yeah, not
he was
Journey.
on. If it's a singer from Bad Company, then he toured with Journey.
Ernie.
Yes,
maybe.
absolutely. And then Jeff
Ah.
Soto. Then it was Jeff Soto of Yngwie Malmsteen, and yeah, no, he was savior to Journey.
Keep talking.
I didn't know his name. I just know the singer from Bad Company. You just remind me. He did sing for Journey after what's his name? Perry left.
I don't
He
think
toured
so.
with him. And he put out an album. I almost believe.
You sure?
Not sure on the album. I know he toured with them because I'm watching the top 5 Journey singers that replaced Perry.
I
He's
never
one of them.
heard. The guy who replaced Steve Perry is Steve O'Gerry, who I've played with. That's who replaced Steve Perry.
All right. I mean, it's not coming up.
No,
I'm almost positive. Okay.
Something interesting though. I think
Nope.
Paul Rogers, when he sang All Right Now, I think he was like 16 years old.
is that true?
I got to look it up for sure, but I somewhere in my memory is
Wow.
We have a lot of memories about this guy Rogers, and Joey
Not a-
has Jolly Roger in his head. He's so young. But
Again,
no,
I-
I'm gonna say 90% sure on this one.
I'm
That he
90%
toured
sure
with Journey.
he didn't
that he
tour with
toured with
Journey. You might be right. I know he did a thing with Queen. You must be confusing it with that, but I'm not sure. Please email us and tell us what you guys think. I just looked it up. I didn't see anything. I know he didn't replace Steve Perry, but maybe he did a quick tour and filled in. I don't know.
Yeah. No, there was no replacement of Steve. There was never a replacement. Bad word. No replacements. They just went on tour every once in a while and make some bucks, and they had different singers fit in.
No,
I sent you guys
mean,
that.
I typed in on Google Paul Rogers and touring with Journey, nothing.
Okay.
maybe he took
All right.
a Journey with Queen.
I'm telling you, you think you're thinking of Queen. I'm telling you.
Okay.
Anyway, Paul Rogers, my number 5. Doctor, what do you got? Number 4.
Oh God. Hold on. It's like taking the sun in my car. I put my list under my chin, and the light shines on it.
Oh no, you look like you're in the graveyard. The Gravely.
You're very
Yeah. All right.
in my chair.
So I got I'm sorry, Joe. Bono.
Oh, don't you
I
dare
left Ozzy
stop
out.
kidding around. Are you
I
kidding or
left-
no?
I left Ozzy out because he's not my favorite singer. My favorite artist. Although if this went on top 10, yeah. But
Really?
Bono. I'm sorry.
Bono's one of your top
He
5
covers-
singers of all time, you asshole.
He covers the feel aspect of a singer. The just the intensity of when he sings, the making you feel the emotion. Obviously not you, because you have a
Oh, no, he makes me feel something.
Cold.
He makes me feel
Hard
emotion,
cold.
not a good emotion.
No, I'm sorry. This isn't about reverb or
Well, we never got the chance to record because we stopped recording, and then we did one of the funniest things we've ever done on camera last week. After I stopped recording, let's all do the Edge playing
Oh,
guitar.
delay.
You ready?
The delay.
All
Well,
at the-
Our
all the-
imitation.
all
Our
at the
imitation
same
of the
time?
edge
Wait, we're doing it all at the same time?
yes, it's our imitation of the edge. You ready?
with the delay on the
1,
guitar.
2, 3, go. It sounds right. I mean, that to me sounds like you too.
Sounds a little bit like Pink Floyd before the "We Don't Need No." Yeah, it sounds like.
I don't know. That definitely wasn't as good as last week's. We did it last week. Something it blended so perfectly. It was like it was so weird.
It sounded like you two when we did it
Yeah.
last week.
It was perfect. All right, Ernie, what do you think of this pick by the doctor?
I think my choice is so similar to his choice with the first name. It's really weird. We almost have the same first name of the choices. My next choice.
Okay.
All right.
And that's how you feel about my choice. The letter, I have one letter that's in your singer's first name, that's in my singer's first name. And here's the weird thing. They share the same middle initial. It's amazing.
I like it,
I,
Ernie.
Break
I
it
have
down,
nothing,
Ernie.
I have nothing nice to say about Bono.
That's what he's
Okay.
basically saying. Can you read between the lines? He's saying, I don't like the pick, you asshole. I don't want to say anything about it.
For me, he's still Bono Vox.
Come on. Ernie, what do you got? Number 4. God, Bono.
He had Bono. I have Bon Scott.
Ah.
Oh, you dropped the vowel and look what we got. We got a Scott.
Definitely the better of the two.
I don't think he was that incredible as a singer, but for me, the charisma, the personality, it resonates with me. Eddie Trunk once said, "You feel like you could get a STD just by listening to him."
It does sound dirty. I agree.
I
Nice.
think of all the hip hop and the rappers who they look up to. It's all about Scarface, but I think Bon Scott is really who they really want to be.
I love it. I love old AC/DC. Love Bon Scott. Again, not a voice you think of when you hear a category like this, but I love it because he's unique. He's stylistic. I love it.
There you go. There was a category I missed, Ernie, and I knew you love Bon Scott. Unique, and that's where the Ozzy comes in. But
Oh,
yeah, Bon Scott
he's
has
unique,
a
all right.
very, very unique voice, and he's a good singer. He's a good singer.
What song did Ozzy write about Bon Scott?
Come on, Ernie, stop it. Even Joey can answer this one.
What
Ozzy
song?
wrote a song about Bon Scott.
Iron Man? I have no fucking idea. I can't name 4 Ozzy songs. What do you mean? What? Just so you know, that doesn't help me.
Suicide Solution. So
Oh, that's about Bon Scott?
yeah,
According to Ozzy.
But really?
Yeah.
in the documentary, Ozzy states, he goes, because he got sued for that song because the kid shot himself while listening to that song. And he said that the song was about drinking yourself, not to death, because Bon Scott actually died of hypothermia from drinking. He fell asleep in his car and died, induced by alcohol.
Right.
So that's what the song Suicide Solution is. Back in England, they were all friends back then. All of them were friends. They were all partying together. And you might not want to hear this, but John Bonham and Ozzy were close too. They were big parties together.
Don't you ever say that again?
You want to know where the Ozzy Bon Scott connection began? AC/DC opened for a Sabbath in '76.
Oh, really?
That's where it began.
I never heard that was about Bon Scott. That's crazy.
Well, do you know how? Well, like I said, he died of hypothermia.
Yep.
That was the coroner's report. Right?
Cause of death, right?
Right.
But that's a technicality.
Ernie, he's yawning. It's always
Right.
good when the host yawns. You never see Johnny Carson yawn.
I mean, I gotta. I mean, I gotta. Might have to call DeVito next week. No, no,
Oh,
I'm not. Hold on. I'm not that desperate yet. Hold on.
I was about to say that's your lifeline.
And that, that kid that killed himself listening to Ozzy, Joey understands him.
Yes, I've almost been there. Many a night when Tommy has trapped me in a corner. Do you hear? Hold on. Do you hear what Ozzy's talking about right now? Wait a second. What? Wait. Listen. Did you hear
The
it?
cassette.
No, Tom, I didn't hear it. Hold on. I'll play it again.
Wrong answer. Wrong answer when I'm trying to play Ozzy.
Hold on. Let me restart the whole record. I gotta start it all over.
And it's a needle on the record. I gotta start. Put the needle on the record. Put the needle on the record.
Good pick, Ernie. All right, we're gonna stick
Excellent,
with
Ernie. Excellent.
Excellent pick. I mean, I don't know any of his work with Sabbath, but I'm gonna stick with Sabbath. I only heard that he's with Sabbath. I'm gonna go my number 4 pick, Ray Gillen. I'm a big Badlands fan. Yep. Again, more Ozzy ties with Jakey Lee, but I love especially the third album. I don't know that well. The first 2 Badlands records are 2 of my favorite records of all time. Ray Gillen is just to me the perfect rock singer. If we've had that episode where we start a band and who would be my singer. That even though he's not my favorite vocalist of all time, he would be the guy I want in my band as my vocalist. That's who I would want because he's versatile. He has the power and the swagger and the style that I would want to be behind. So that's why I like Ray Gillen, especially the first Badlands record. I mean, the second one is fantastic too, but the first one is just off the charts, incredible.
Sing me a sweet, sweet song.
Yes. You're no Ray Gillen, but not bad. Ernie, you're on my list. You're on my honorable mentions, Ernie.
Yeah, Joe. He's your typical rock and roll blues singer with a great voice.
So not to bring the freaking death word again, but what did he do? What did he do with Sabbath?
I just real quick, I had text you guys the new game, the 7 Degrees of Ozzy Osbourne instead of Kevin Bacon. We can play that game. Trace everything back to Ozzy.
3 members of Badlands have been with Ozzy, been Sabbath or Ozzy, right? Jakey Lee, Eric Singer, and Ray Gillen, right?
Yep.
Ernie, take over.
They've really been to the Badlands.
But Ernie, seriously, what did he do with Sabbath? Any records?
No albums.
Okay. He got out while he could. Yeah, right. I got it.
I think he's between Glenn Hughes and Tony Martin.
Wait, Glenn Hughes was a Sabbath singer?
Yeah.
Is this true?
Only 1 album, but yeah.
You know what? I might like this Sabbath stuff. Dio Sabbath, I don't mind.
If you like, I don't like Sabbath anymore.
And Michael Bolton didn't make the cut.
Wait, Michael Bolton is a Sabbath singer too?
He tried out. I don't think Michael Bolton used to be a metal singer, you know.
Yes, Blackjack with Bruce Kulick.
Well, there you go. You know more about it than I do.
Of course.
Not for nothing. I think if you combine Ozzy Osbourne and Gene Simmons, you could probably, being around rock and roll for 40 years, 50 years in the industry, you can find some tie at more times.
Absolutely. All right, I'm afraid to ask. Doctor, number 3.
Lane Stanley, Alice in Chains.
Really?
I get annoyed when, even though I like Stone Temple Pilots and Pearl Jam, I tolerated. Alice in Chains was the original Seattle band that came over here, and they were still metal, they were still bluesy, they weren't grunge. Although some of their songs they have that, but Lane Stanley's voice is to me, he had the style and the vocals. I got nothing to say about that. I mean, he's just, when he sings, it's amazing. It's got feel, it's got style, he's got raspiness, he's got that blues in him. And when he sings really soft songs, it's really something to listen to. And it's tragic what happened to him, but that was his decision. But yeah, Lane Stanley is definitely one of my top. Well, Alice in Chains is my top 5 bands of all time. So absolutely.
Ernie, what do you think?
Uh, Tommy's sticking with Seattle groups, with Queensryche and Alice in Chains. But yeah, the guy from Alice in Chains, and even the new guy, but the original guy, Lane Stanley, is his voice was great. He used to do a thing with the guitar tone, where the guitar tone and his voice would meld together, and it sounded great. You're not frozen again, are you?
Nope. No, he's
Okay.
just he's concentrating on your beautiful voice, Ernie. Your
If
your olive oil voice and guinea charm.
I know this is gonna be sacrilegious, Tom, but you might even want to look at the Alice in Chains albums after him. They're still
No, Ernie, I followed Alice. I go to all their concerts. I never stopped. He was actually
he's a college,
yeah, he's a college professor, singing teacher. And
I didn't even know that.
and I never got to see them. I never got to see them with Lane Stanley. So the only ones I know live is Coachella, and it's amazing. The harmonies in Alice in Chains. I mean, that's another day. But Joe, nothing on Lane Stanley?
Yeah, listen, I get it. I understand why people like him. Not for me at all. Not the music I enjoy. It's very dreary, very monotone. His voice always seemed very just very dreary to me. Just not what I like. I like melodic melodies that have, just feel good tones to them. Not everything in minor keys, and just I don't know, something. I never was a Alice in Chains fan. Don't like them. Don't like any of that stuff. But I understand that why you like him, and I understand why people like him. Not for me.
Well, I owe it to,
What?
I owe it to Tanya.
Oh, I remember. Yep.
Uh-oh.
Tanya turned me on to Alice in Chains, and I turned her on to Enough's Enough.
And then she in return broke out the band.
No, but I'll be honest with you. Steve Carousel did a great impression back in the day when we were in Playground when it came out. He goes, sounds like my grandfather singing.
Yeah, I mean that's how I hear it all too. I really do.
No, but come on, there's some beautiful songs they sing that are commercialized.
I don't like it.
They're gorgeous.
Not for me.
I don't like it. It's my
I don't like it.
So far, Tom, Joey loves your list.
Yeah. Here's a quick question. So we've picked 2, 4, 5. We've picked 2, 4, 6, 7 singers. How many of them are alive?
Good point. And Ozzy's still walking around. He's not on my list.
Right. Ernie, both of yours are dead or no? Ian Gillan's alive or dead?
No, he's alive.
He's alive.
Right. So we all have one singer that's at least dead.
Ian Gillan recently did some stuff with Tony Iommi.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'm counting my alive singers.
There was a documentary, Tony Iommi. We're not going to go back there. Go ahead.
Ernie, you go. Number 3.
Number 3, my other singer who's still alive, the metal god.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Rob Halford. He never got his due in non-metal world, and it's not right.
Meaning what? Meaning he just was never respected?
That nobody ever talks about him except in metal, and it's a shame. He's that good. Yeah, he's
when he I mean, I don't know how he did it back in the day, but his falsetto, some guys just have a strong, really strong falsetto when you're a tenor, it's easy to switch on the falsetto. You don't have that difference of pitch. But when he takes it down low and just sings, he's got a beautiful voice. And then he'll take it up to Free Will Burning. And you're like, is this the same guy? I mean, who is this? And that's vocal range. It was popular back then, but Halford, when he takes it down a notch, can sing with the best of them easily. And he is the god.
I mean,
he is the god.
I don't care. I mean, there's a lot of obviously great metal singers, but when I think of a metal singer, I can't think of anyone but Halford. Nobody. How could
Yeah,
you? I mean, obviously Dio's up there too, but Halford. That's the first vocal that I think of when I think of a metal singer. There's some clips of like an acoustic. I think it's Tipton and Downing doing just acoustics, and they're doing some Priest songs. Incredible. Halford is sick because you hear him just like in a controlled setting, not like crazy PA and reverb and all this stuff. Just a controlled setting. Insane. The ability to just not only his range but his dynamic range, where he's singing softer and then being powerful, is incredible.
Right.
He's got in his 70s now.
Yeah, he was. Even though Dio was in Rainbow, and stuff like that, but Halford, he set the standard. He really did as far as metal. And to me, I'm not knocking Dio, but I'm just saying that the torch handed over was definitely to Jeff Tate. There was no one else that you could go, I got Halford. Well, who do you got, Dan? I got Jeff Tate. All right, I'll give you that one. You know what I mean? There was no one else. Those two were the ones,
Oh,
my opinion.
Did you see that Priest recently? Obviously, their two original guitarists aren't with them anymore, but one of their other guitarists either left or got let go, and they decided to go on as a four-piece.
I think he got sick.
For just like a minute.
Right. They have retracted that, and they're going to get another guitar player again. But how could Priest ever do a four-piece? Everything Priest did was harmony guitar stuff. Everything.
Well, KK quit the band,
right,
for some reason that I never heard. I don't know the reason.
Right, and Glenn Tipton was sick, I think, right?
I think he's got Parkinson's.
Yeah.
But isn't Ernie the founder of the band was the bassist?
Is that
and
Ian?
Rob Halford, that's how Rob Halford knew the bassist. I mean, that's how they met.
That sounds right. Although Tipton goes way back to the beginning.
Yeah, no, Halford. That's it. Halford
Great
is
band, great band. Always in my crew, and from whatever I used to hear, who do you like, Priest or Maiden? It was never close to me.
Not even a comparison.
It's not even close.
No, and you know what? They're not even in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
That's horse shit. Who cares?
No,
just so you know,
just so you know,
Playground is eligible.
That's interesting.
You're talking Shadows. I'll get it sorted out of there real quick.
That's interesting.
But to go back to Maiden, we go back to the old Maiden impression that we did a couple episodes ago. I
think I said, did he play the same music on his wedding night? Bruce Dickinson walked in the room. Never ends. Never ends.
God.
His mother died. I heard they galloped with the coffin on their shoulders. The grave.
Terrible.
There's only one speed, and even if it starts off slow, you know a gallop's coming.
And it's always got to be a little chord right before the gallop.
That's Harrison on bass. That's just. Hey, you know what? He was revered as one of the greatest bassists.
Yeah, he's great, but it's just you got to write something different every once in a while, right? You can't write the exact same riff every song, right?
So it was someone who plays the bagpipes that goes into battle. it's kind of the same thing.
His kid was in the Beatles.
Excuse me?
Harrison.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Now, how the hell does he do that quick? How does he come up with that fast?
Well, it wasn't like really funny, so you can do anything quick. It's horrible.
That's the only problem with it.
I'm a star.
All right, moving along. My number 3. Still one of my favorite vocalists ever. Just soul and I mean, I'm into, like you said, Tommy, before, tone and feel. Range means nothing to me. Delivery, all that stuff. I want tone and feel. I got to go David Coverdale. Always loved everything he did. His soft stuff, the heavy stuff, to me, almost can't be beat.
This reminded me of a singer. I was listening to how it started because I just did the Kevin Bacon game because Coverdale, I linked to Robert Plant who I link to Train Singer. And I'm embarrassed to say I don't know Train Singer, but
I
he
forget his
did
name, but I'm a big Train fan. I love Train.
what a voice. I mean, he's got, I swear to you, a beautiful voice. But anyway, Coverdale, yeah. Whitesnake, one of my favorite bands of all time. And I went to see them. I'm not knocking them. I went to see them up in Scranton. No, Jim Thorpe. And there might have been a little manipulation with the vocals when he hits the high notes.
I'm sure there
But,
is. I'm sure there is.
Yeah, but he's probably, he's 70 years old and God bless him. And listen, without a doubt, if you, like you said, bluesy, he's got it going on, man. He's got it. He's got the whole thing.
Ernie, you know this guy?
He's a dermatologist, but he's good.
You had mentioned on one of our group texts about second bands.
Yeah.
You know, Coverdale's second band is Whitesnake. It's not his first band.
Who's his first
I know
band?
that.
He replaced Ian Gillan in Deep Purple.
Oh, right, of course. Right.
Cool,
I'm thinking what's his first original band, right?
They were a bunch of hoes back then in England. They were.
And at that time, the bassist was Glenn Hughes.
Crazy, right? Oh my God. Glenn Hughes and David Coverdale
In the same band singing together.
Insane. Yeah. Yeah, Glenn Hughes is is up there, would be in my top 10 or 15. I just don't know enough of his work. Like I know Deep Purple, I know some of this stuff, and I know some of his solo stuff, but I just don't know enough of Glenn Hughes to
he could do a lot. He's with his voice.
He's great, yeah.
It's amazing when people mention Deep Purple because, Joey, we talked about people you don't like, lifestyles and stuff like that. Richie Gilmore is revered as one of the greatest influential guitarists that played classical before Randy Rhoads.
What's his name?
Richie
Blackmore, no Gilmore.
No, I said Richie Blackmore, didn't I?
Did he say Blackmore, Ernie?
You
said Richie Blackmore.
Richie Gilmore. So you're mixing
close.
up. I knew what you meant. I knew who you meant though. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Did I say Richie Blackmore? I thought I did. Anyway.
We know who you're talking about.
Yeah, but he's revered as the biggest jerk off of all times. Eddie Van Halen met him. He was a dick to him.
Yeah.
He's been a dick to everyone. Dio, anyone who's crossed paths with the man. And you know what the funny thing is? Deep Purple is based on like 6 chords, 3 chords, 4 chords, like an AC/DC thing. He always wanted to be a commercial band.
Right.
That was his drive in life. Even though he was classically, I always heard he played classical. I don't go back, but
he does all different styles of music now, right? He does like fantasy music and like what's it called? Like medieval music. Yeah. Minstrel, yeah.
He only plays instruments on the 1500s now.
Yeah, he was chasing shadows in Deep Purple and Rainbow, and they got very close. They had a lot of cover hits, like pop hits to him. That was his goal, believe it or not. As great guitarist as he was, that's what he wanted to keep it simple, believe it or not.
Yeah, just listen. I obviously I teach all the time. I tell my students all the time, just because you can play something doesn't mean you should. You know what I mean? That the sign of a great musician is don't overplay, as you can tell from my playground years with double bass.
Some things never.
But that's what I'm saying. Richie Blackmore is obviously revered as one of the greatest guitar players of all time, but he doesn't always have to be playing everything in every song.
No, he doesn't. He never does. He keeps it simple.
He's like Ernie. Ernie doesn't have to always show us how smart he is. He keeps it to himself, right, Ern?
It's between being right and being kind. I'm kind.
Go ask your wife if that's true right now. You will take being right every time.
That's why he coined the phrase Ernie Wise.
All right, Doctor.
By the way, you got to let the audience know that we should have a Madison Place reunion, and the origins of Ernie should be actually put out there for everyone to hear, because we were all kids, and Greg doesn't talk about me being a bully. Mike Leone doesn't talk about me being a bully. Billy was bigger than all of us, and no one bullied him.
That might be because you're still bullying those other guys. That's why.
There's a big difference between me, Greg, and Mike Leone and Eddie. They don't have podcasts.
They don't have a platform
Yeah.
and a fan base.
Their voices will never be heard.
All Ernie has to do is say attack, and the Ernemites will descend on Madison Place.
It will be, the attack word will be schnapps.
Picture all little Ernie people coming, running onto Madison Place with the Ernie shirts on, attacking.
With Australian accents.
Yes.
Oi.
Throwing Vegemite at people.
Ernie goes, oi! They're going to be singing AC/DC. Oi! Oi!
Oi.
Oi! Turning cars over. Oi! Oi!
And they're all full.
Right. Everyone is AC/DC height. All right, Doctor, back around to you. What do you got? Number 2.
All right, guys, this one's an easy one. I combined the where am I? I'm in my car. I gotta get my list. Let me hold on.
It's an easy one, but he doesn't remember. He's got to look at his list.
Hold on. I'm looking a little pale these days. Let me get some sun.
I don't know what he's gonna say, but Joe, you're gonna love it.
Okay, so I combined vocal, feel, style, and Joey, you had mentioned a great aspect of the singer, unique. Billy Joel. The guy does it all. We're talking about rock and roll, and I've heard him sing anything from a love song. He's my number one guy in the world vocally. If I'm any good, it's only because of him. I practiced to him. I learned how to sing raspy with him, different changes of music, love songs. He is just a great vibrato. He can change it up on a whim. He's got the tone, the style to make you feel. He's got it all going on. That's my boy.
Yeah, I love Billy Joel, love his voice, love his style. I don't know if he, to me, fits the category. I'm thinking when I say rock singers, just in my brain, I'm thinking hard rock singers. I'm not thinking Billy Joel. But yeah, Billy Joel is incredible. If you include him in this category, then
we said rock.
Yeah,
singer.
you're right. I guess you're right.
Billy Joel is more rock and roll than most people.
Yeah, I'm thinking. What I know, we said rock, but I'm just thinking hard rock.
No, maybe you should say that before.
I'm changing the title of the show. It's Hard Rock Singers. So
right now, Tommy, change your choice.
Oh, Billy Joel can do all types of music, but it's all still rock and roll to him.
Oh,
that's right. Come on, that was easy.
Harris' son.
And honestly, Joe, you're wrong.
Oh God.
You may be right, but not in this case.
You may be crazy. Yeah, again, one of my favorite singers, artists of all time. Can't argue it at all. Ern?
You know how I feel about Billy Joel. He's one of the originals for me.
And the originator of Stomp the Butter.
Yep. Does he know that?
Could you sing that again, Ernie? Where that originated from?
Well, I gotta think.
From Nevada, right? It was from
Stop in Nevada.
What? Any road a little letter saying it's gonna stomp the butter.
There you go. So I'm gonna stomp the butter. He really does say stomp the butter.
It does.
I thought he said stop the butter because he'll die from it, and then you changed it to stomp the butter.
I always hear things different, Joey. That's what makes jokes funny.
And to recap,
my ears just so many times I pull you aside, and I said I thought he said that, and you would be crying laughing, and then we just thought we would run with that for the rest of the night. My ears hear different things, what they want to hear.
And correct me if I'm wrong, that first night we did Stomp the Butter, when you went out at 2 a.m. and stomped the butter, You forgot about it the next morning, and didn't your dog come out and eat the butter or something?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm on my way, my dog ate the butter. Yeah, I think that might have been the second or third or fourth
Oh man.
because we were running with the stomp the butter thing for a
Oh
while
yeah,
there.
of course.
Yeah,
All right,
I
Ernie.
finally got upset and actually stomped it.
What do you got? Number 2.
Well, I thank Tommy for mentioning Richie Blackmore because this goes right to me. Ronnie James Dio is my number 2. When I was younger, I didn't quite like him so much, but I gotta tell you, he's grown on me so much over the last 30 years or so. I listened to all the Rainbow stuff. I listened to all his Black Sabbath with Dio, and it's
Yeah, but Dio's solo already. Solo is
Well,
awesome too.
it's funny. That's my question, Ernie. If you had to choose, what do you pick? Which Dio do you pick?
Sabbath.
Is that just to hurt me?
No,
I'm not looking at her too.
Dio solo is it's just metal, but it's 80s metal. It's the other stuff sounds Sabbath and Rainbow is more timeless to me.
I put Rainbow and Dio solo. Even though Rainbow had listen, he's on my list. Vocals wise, of course.
Yeah.
Oh, of course. Now you're talking Jeff Tate. These are the 3: Jeff Tate, Rob Halford, and Dio. These guys can sing like birds. Turn it on when they want, turn it off, sing as soft as angels, and then bring it on. You know what I mean?
I don't. Even though Jeff Tate has the voice, I don't put him in that category just because of his. I think the style of Halford and Dio is undeniable. Where Jeff Tate is just a little bit more generic to me.
I don't know. Silent Lucidity to me is one of the most beautiful songs I've ever heard in my life. Probably top. Actually, it was my daughter's song when she was first born. I sang that in karaoke with her, about her. But yeah, whatever, however you want to slice it. But Ernie, you know me with Sabbath. If it's either Ozzy or not, his lyrics just make no sense to me. And that's on the softball team.
Yeah.
We joke about
I
that.
totally agree.
Jump the tiger. It's like what?
Yeah,
the
no,
flame
Yeah, but
We're
not talking about songwriting. We're not talking about lyrics because obviously we've already discussed Ozzy doesn't write any of his lyrics. So, but we're not talking. We're just talking about singers.
whenever people want to make fun of heavy metal music, they're all about that Dungeon and Dragon crap. They're talking about Dio.
Oh, of course.
Dio's on my list, on my honorable mentions, by the way. So I wasn't talking about the lyrics, but just one of the things that kept me about him. But his voice, of course, without a doubt. But his single career, to me, with Vivian Campbell, was Rainbow in the Dark, Last in Line.
Yeah.
Those songs are amazing.
The
I think they kill
the Holy
Sabbath.
Diver album is really good. Yes.
Yeah, that's where I know. I mean, obviously, I know Rainbow and Sabbath Dio too, but that's my Dio. My Dio is solo Dio, definitely.
Oh, my
Holy Diver
Dio.
album, it is good, but
He sounds like he's talking to time.
Sabbath.
My Dio is my solo Dio.
Oh, solo Dio.
Oh, solo Dio.
Oh, solo my Dio.
I DVR. There's a show called Metal. I think Metal Mania or Metal Mayhem on MTV. And it airs in the middle of the night or something. I always DVR and I always watch it back. I don't know why they're so fucking lame. They don't change the videos. So every episode there's minimum 2 Dio solo songs, minimum. And there's either a sword or a dragon in every video.
Don't go to the cheesy videos. We can do that. The Motley Crue.
You know what? That's a good category. Cheesy, or even, but we never even did best videos, right?
We never did best metal groups.
But what's metal?
Best hard rock, heavy metal, best 80s bands.
We didn't do our favorite bands? Of course we did. Ever?
I don't think so.
Our favorite bands ever? We didn't do our episode of our favorite bands ever?
Ernie doesn't recollect. He had one Heineken that night.
Ernie, are you serious?
You this?
Just just serious? What you
I
talking
just,
about?
he's fucking tired.
What you talking
Are
about,
you
Ernie?
serious? I saw him in the deal. Are you serious? Yeah.
You serious, Carlito?
Listen.
He's one step away from Gaje,
Okay, Java. Ernie, that's your job tonight. Go back and look at the episodes. Make sure if we didn't do that, obviously that's our next episode. We're always looking for episodes. We didn't realize we didn't do that one yet.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna do that tonight. Yes.
Okay. Email me before midnight.
I'm gonna watch all of them tonight. Yes, that's what I'm
Well,
doing.
Colleen has all the episodes memorized, right? Ask her if we've ever done that.
She don't watch anymore.
What?
She don't watch it.
You just told me she watched you and DeVito.
I made her watch one particular thing. That's why.
What was her comments?
She thought it was terrible. She thought we were terrible.
My wife used to go. My now wife used to watch me go play softball until she got me. She never went to a softball game or a tournament ever again.
Why?
She always shows support to get me, get that ring, get it done, and then once I got it done, that was it. I'm thinking about it. I don't want her to be one of those softball wives that show up supporting their husband,
Yay,
cheering them on,
Tommy! Yay!
playing softball in a chair. Go home, do something. Don't live on my coattails. It's bad enough I'm living on my life's over. I'm playing slow pitch.
Oh Lord! All right, where the hell are we? Dio. All right, my number two.
Tangents.
Remember, this is hard rock singers. That's the category.
Joe.
Yes.
You should have a buzzer. A buzzer. It's called a tandem alert. When we go on tangents,
Oh.
when we're going off the rails,
Bring it back on the tracks. Back on the tracks.
There you go.
No, the tangents are better than the episodes sometimes.
No, not with me. Never worked.
All right. No, never me. Never me.
Never convicted on no tangents.
Look, we were back on. We go zoom right back off again.
Thanks to you, I'm being relocated, reallocated, revigorated.
Oh, Carlito is unbelievable. Unbelievable. He's so good.
Great movie. Greatest one-liners.
I'm reloaded.
Here come the pain.
All right, my number two. So this may seem a little. I always was a big fan. Loved the band. Now, weirdly, I got to play with him. I got to go Eric Martin, Mr. Big. Always loved it, especially the first few Mr. Big records, which I was really into back when they first came out. Always loved his voice. It has, again, it has everything about my other singers too. It's not just a good voice, but it has blues, it has rasp, it has feeling, it has delivery, style, all that stuff. And, now that I got to know him, he's a nut out of his mind, super fun guy, great guy. Voice is still off the charts, but even more so now I've heard other stuff that he's done. Like he did a covers record where he's doing all pop songs. He does a Mariah Carey song. He does a Bangles song. He does all this stuff. So his voice can really do anything. And it's a pleasure to hear him sing stuff that is out of the rock realm. Anyway, if he's watching this, I know I'm going to catch shit for this, and he's going to probably say I'm only doing it for the episode, but I got to go number two, Eric Martin.
This concert you guys played that you displayed, his voice was freaking what I remember. So it's amazing at that age he can get it going, man, because it's great, man. I mean, that last concert you played?
Yeah.
You put on, I was in just to check it out.
Yeah.
Not you, because you don't see you. But no, his voice was on. His voice was really on that last concert. And I wasn't a Mr. Big guy. I hate tenors. I'm the one that forces everyone to change keys on guitars and open strings, and they hate me. So Eric, you should understand that. The guitars. But listen, don't know his body of work. One day we'll meet Eric and we'll talk and bullshit. A baritone to a tenor.
He's a
And
big
we'll
fan
talk.
of the show. He was on with us, obviously, one episode. He's a big fan of the show. Always talks about Ernie needs more screen time. Doctor
And
needs
I
to
couldn't
stop
make it.
interrupting. Look, that's what he says.
And I couldn't make it.
No, you two would not be good on the same episode. He talks as much as you, and it'd be like having DeVito on.
Well, DeVito just needs himself with a mannequin.
Well, that was the problem with the Ernie episode. Ernie's trying to make a joke here and there, and DeVito is just barreling right through like a tank. Just crushing any words coming out of Ernie's mouth. DeVito's just like
We used to call Billy Zemish Shakes. Because Billy could come on and go, listen, this is what's going on with my girlfriend. I go, oh yeah, Billy, hold on, son. 20 shots. 20 shots. Billy, what are you drinking? I don't 20 shots. Oh my God, someone's got in a fight. So Billy, what are you saying? So where was I? Guys, we used to call him Shakes because you couldn't shake him well when he was on a topic. So that's
again, I'll go my number 2, Eric Martin. This will air next week. I'll be on the road with Eric next week. I'm in Vegas. I'm in LA. I'm in Northern California. So come and see us next week. Check us out. I will not be on this next week. Hopefully you guys can continue your Sabbath episode extravaganza next week. But I'll be on the road with Eric next week. Come check us out.
Eric, love you, and don't let those 2 little brats from Jersey box you in, okay? You keep going, buddy. Love you. Sound great.
February 18th, Vegas, 19th, LA, 20th at the Canyon Club in California, too, right outside of LA. All right, Doctor, back around to you. Your number 1 hard rock singer of all time. Let me recap what you got so far. Jesus, look at this list.
You're going to make fun of it.
Number 5, Jeff Tate. Number 4, Bono. Is that how you pronounce it?
Bono.
Bono. Oh, Bono, yes. Number
Boner
3.
would have been funny.
Number 3, Lane Stanley. Number 2, Billy Joel. And your number 1 hard rock singer of all time. Don't do it.
Danny Glover, you are not the uncle.
Go, really? Wait, say the name. Go ahead.
Corey Glover,
Really?
hands down, my favorite singer of all time. He could
Ernie,
do it
you
all.
knew this, Ernie?
No, I know he loves him, but no, I that was not on my radar at all.
Doing Wikipedia tonight was funny because I always was on the impression he was the nephew of Danny Glover, and he wasn't.
They're
The
not
whole thing
related.
was
I
like-
always thought they were related. They're not related at all.
No, I wikied it. No, I did a little research.
It's more fun if we keep them related.
Okay, we'll keep it going.
Yeah.
So, listen, Living Color is like top 6 band to me. Reed picked him up. The guitarist heard him singing "Happy Birthday" at a birthday party. And asked him to
Really?
join the band. He was an aspiring actor before that, and I think that's what they pulled.
Wasn't he? Was he in Platoon?
Yeah.
Yes. So he was an aspiring actor, did commercials and stuff like that. So I think that's where they made the connection of Danny Glover and him.
Oh, maybe.
and
Right.
acting. They made some sort of connection. But Ernie, I went to see Jesus Christ Superstar with him as Judas. And the guy never, ever disappoints. His voice is, I'm sure if Eric was listening to this, he is revered as one of the greatest voices in rock and roll. I've seen him jam. I've seen him go up on stage and jam with rock bands. He's so respected. His voice is second to none. I'm being honest. You can do it all. He can just sing, or
I like him.
he can bring
Yeah.
it on.
Everything-
Or he can bring it on.
I like Living Color. I don't know their complete body of work. Whatever I've heard, I always loved. I like that pick, Doc. That festival we were talking about before, where you came to see us with Eric last year.
Right.
I think we're going to be doing it again this year. Living Colors on it, I think.
Well, Living Color came up to Scranton, and there was only like 1,000 people, like 800 people in this 4,000 venue, 5,000 seat venue. They looked very disappointed. I don't know who told them the Living Color was so hot up in the sticks
Right.
in the farmland. You know, the demographics don't support that.
Right.
And I felt bad for them, but he went out there and he still kicked ass. And not to mention the band that's backing
Oh,
him up.
the band is insane, of course.
But his I mean, you have back in the day, you know how much I love Living Color because I asked you, you said you had gone somewhere in Manhattan. This goes back years, Joey, like 40 years.
Yeah. Well, not 40.
And
Maybe 40.
maybe 60. What were you? 3 at the time? He went in his Yoda. He went on someone's back. Your mother, I think, took you in a carriage to see. It was Neil Peart and the drummer of Living Color, and they had a drum off. And you said he got blown off the stage by Neil Peart, right?
Yes. What the hell was that? All right, Ern, we're up to your number 1. Well, let's recap. Number 5. Now, one of you pronounced this correct way. Is it Ian Gillan or Ian Gillian? Ernie?
I'm guessing it's Gillen, but
I always thought it was Ian Gillan too. No
Ian.
Gillian.
Ian.
Ian. Yes. No, not the first name is not what we're questioning. It's the last name. How do you pronounce E? Is it Ian Gillan or Ian Gillian? It's Ian. Ian. All right, we're almost at that. We're at that time now. All right. Number 4, Bon Scott. Number 3, I can't argue with Ernie's next 2. Jesus. Rob Halford. Number 2, Ronnie James Dio. Your number 1, hard rock singer of all time, Ernie. I think I know it.
Tommy Snyder.
You kiss ass bastard. What is it? Come on. Look at him. Look.
Wait, hold on a second. You just named Eric as your number 1. And who's kiss ass?
I didn't name him. No, he's my number 2, not number 1. Never number 1. Number 2.
Ernie's worried about the Norwegian part of the world coming down on Australia. That's what he's worried about.
We're playing real life risk through our podcast.
Yeah. All right. When they're running through the streets, going.
All right, hold on, Ernie. What's your number 1? Stop it.
Okay, I have another alternate number 1 besides Tommy Snyder. I knew you were gonna make me choose another one. My number 1 rock singer is also my number 1 singer. Period. Freddie Mercury.
Yep, I knew it.
This was a no. I thought this was a no-brainer. I expected all your number 1s to be Freddie Mercury. That's how sure I am that that's the obvious choice.
Yeah. Nope, not for me. Not even close. He's not even on my. It wouldn't even be in my top 30. I like him. He's got a great range, and he can do a lot of fun, great things with his voice. Don't love his tone. Don't love his style.
I guess he doesn't. He doesn't rock you.
Well, you know what they say, Ernie. Another one bites the dust.
All right. I can't. I hard to believe, but okay.
I'm not going to deny him. He is listed as number 1 vocalist of all time on the list.
But what does that mean? By who? By who?
I don't know. Ozzy came in number 10. So what does that say? So anyway,
they always say, that he's number 1. I always say, well, who's they? The friends of them? Who's they?
Well, Babbles used to do that to me in the bar. I go, they say this, and he goes, say, I go, oh.
The people over there. Who? Those guys over there.
The guy in the corner. I just kidding. Listen, I heard a Dark song by them recently because I was watching. I'm sorry, Joey. I was watching a documentary on. I'm so sorry. Me and Ernie's favorite Sabbath album, Sabotage. There's a short documentary on it, and they compare a Queen song about the record company sucking the life out of you, and I forgot the name of it, and it was angry. But Freddie Mercury, like I agree with Joey, he's a great vocalist, but I hate to say this, one trick pony. Like his tone never changes.
Ernie, tell us why you do love him. Tell us why you love him.
I wouldn't even know where to begin. Uh, every Queen album from 74 to 80 um, is packed with great hard rock and with everything else. But it's, but
Yeah, I feel the same way about Queen. I like Queen, but it's almost I can't. It's not a Queen is not a band I can keep listening to. I enjoy a little bit of Queen, then I got to move on. I can't. It's I can't digest too much of Queen. It feels like maybe what Tommy said. It's almost like okay, not one trick pony, but it's very over the top, theatrical almost, if you will.
It's what we talked about last week. Def Leppard idolizes Queen. That one album we spoke about, the busyness, the overproduction, the vocals over the top. I mean, don't get me wrong. People are going to hate me for this. And me and Joey aren't saying this. And I'm going to bring Joey on us too. It's just, to me, when Freddie sings, it's always the same. It seems like not that much of a drastic difference than you hear most singers if they take it a tone in their voice where they take it down and bring it up. It's always the same tone. Like the pitch doesn't change.
Ernie, what'd you think of Bohemian Rhapsody? Not the song, yeah.
I thought it was average.
Me too. I did not like. I thought it was less than average. Did not enjoy that movie at all. And believe it or not, I came out of that movie disliking Freddie Mercury. I didn't like him in that movie at all. Not the actor. I think as far as the actor was great, probably portrayed him accurately. I came out disliking the person of Freddie Mercury. I didn't think that he was a nice guy, a good guy.
The movie I thought was fantastic. One, and two, the song, it was the drummer that hit the high note. Just so you know that. Yeah. It was the whole band's range. It wasn't just him. And that was glorified that Freddie Mercury had this 7-octave range. But listen, I'm not knocking him. He's freaking amazing. I mean, are you kidding me? But I can't sing him singing blues. I can't sing him.
He's no Bono. But he's
Boner to you.
Now listen, Ernie, I get it. He's a great singer. Not my cup of tea. Not a voice I want to listen to sing the phone book. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a guy that can sing anything.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Just sing anything. I don't care what it is. To me, Freddie Mercury is in a box of what Queen does, and he does it fantastic.
Did you just learn that?
What? Hello?
Did you just learn that term? I love it. Guy that sings the phone book. Did you just learn that on tour last week?
Tommy, I'm very
new, expanding.
I'm a world traveler.
I've never heard that tour, but you nailed it. That's a great term.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Again, good pick, Ernie. I get it. Obviously, your picks are top notch. Freddie Mercury, Dio, Halford. I understand all of them. They're wrong, but I understand them all.
All right, come on, your turn. Let's see.
All right.
Paul Stanley now.
No, I mean, listen. I'll say it every week. My top picks are always Kiss related. I digress and I say nope. I'm not going to put Kiss on the lists. So let me recap my 5. Number 5, Paul Rodgers. Number 4, Ray Gillen. Number 3, David Coverdale. Number 2, Eric Martin. Number 1 favorite rock singer of all time. And I don't know why. Does he have the best voice out of this bunch? I don't know. He's the guy I enjoy listening to probably the most. Steve Perry. I gotta go Steve Perry. I just love his tone, love his emotion in everything he sings. Love everything about it. Obviously, I love the Journey songs. Songs mean a lot to me. I'm not saying that the songwriting has a lot to do with it, but I just love his tone and his vibe on those Journey songs. I don't know what else he can sing, but I love some of his solo stuff. I just think he's perfect.
Do you hear what you just said? Everything you just described that you didn't like about Freddie Mercury, you just said about Perry.
No, I haven't heard. No, I haven't heard him sing.
It's the same thing. It's the same tone every time.
Steve
It
Perry
doesn't
does
change.
not have the same. Come on, Jesus
Oh.
Christ.
Steve
And yeah,
Perry.
because Jeff
Steve
Tate
Perry is
doesn't.
in a box.
You know what's in a box? Your ass is in a box.
Stop, Dick. I'm having a stoke.
Yep.
like I stated earlier, ladies and gentlemen, anything you say, your ass is in. That's just fun.
Always funny.
Thoughts?
It stops the conversation short.
Your ass is up.
Yep. I got to go Steve Perry. I always loved him, always will. Great. That's who I want to listen to when I put on a singer.
Same tone all the time. Doesn't change the tone. It's Freddie Mercury. I'm not knocking Perry, but if you're gonna knock Mercury, and Mercury has, you're talking to the greatest rock and roll singers of all time. This is what's hysterical about this podcast.
First,
But if you're gonna knock one, you have to admit defeat, Joey. You
hold
can't
on.
knock Ernie and
First of
say-
all, I completely disagree. Steve Perry only has one tone. Number two, Bono and Lane Staley do why they do a lot. Jesus Christ. I had a conversation with Lane Staley the other day. He's like this, well, how are you today? I'm like, what the hell? What are you doing? Yep.
I was trying to stay frozen, but you made me laugh.
Anyway, that's
Now,
my number one pick.
Now, Lane Stanley really is a man in a box.
Perfect. And we're out. All right. Honorable mentions. What do you got? Doctor, what do you got?
I got paper.
You guys made fun of each other, the two greatest singers of all time, and they both, to me, are the same shit, same tone. Well, I had James Dio, so I got to go with my boy, Jim Morrison,
Yeah.
because I'm the only baritone during the '80s, and the monkey singer made fun of, which I hated forever. They made fun of him in an interview that, well, he's a baritone. He'll never be able to make it in rock and roll. So Jim Morrison is a baritone. God bless you. I love you. You might be the man in a box. You might be this and that. Maybe another door open for you.
He's in it.
In the afterlife.
Jim Morrison is in a different kind of box.
His box has a door.
His box is called a tub, according to the movie. I'm the man in the tub.
Any other? What else you got? Any others?
No, I had Dio.
Yeah. Ernie, what do you got?
All right, here's my my
the man in the tub.
Ernie
I'm gonna
moment.
rewrite that.
Noddy Holder, the singer of Slade.
Oh, okay. What's his name?
Noddy Holder. Noddy, Noddy is his first name.
I've never heard his name
All right,
before.
I'm out.
Wow.
He's being counterculture now.
No, I
Yeah,
love.
I think that's a good pick,
Lane.
Ernie. Yeah.
I love Slade, yeah. I have two other choices. One is a great choice, but you're not going to argue with it. The other one, Alice Cooper.
It's okay.
Yeah, he's my favorite.
Where are we going with this?
What's the other one?
Oh, the other guy. We're talking rock singers, McCartney.
Yeah.
You went with Alice Cooper.
Cooper.
Yeah,
It's funny. So is McCartney?
Cooper.
So obviously McCartney. You like McCartney better than Lennon singing?
As far as the rock songs, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you on that.
That's split. That's really split because John Lennon actually, taught Paul McCartney. It's so hard because Paul McCartney was a Little Richie guy. So that's where his vocal range came in with the falsetto but John Lennon to this day, when you read documentaries and stuff, that My Darling on My Darling.
Oh, darling.
No, yeah.
That's
And when he starts screaming at the end, John Lennon
that's-
swears that he should have sang that song
Oh,
because he could scream better than
Really?
Paul McCartney. Yeah,
I
and
don't. I
it's
don't even think it's close. I think McCartney's voice destroys Lennon's voice.
no
Destroys it.
right.
Not
Vocal
range.
wise,
No, but not range. And I just like his tone, his style, everything about it.
no, agreed. I agree 100%. 100%. Not an argument here.
McCartney definitely thinks better than Lennon, and I can prove it. Lennon's dead.
Next week we'll have McCartney on. We'll see what he says.
We should have said
Will,
rock
will,
song.
will
rock
McCartney
song.
be alive by next week?
That's a good question. Jolyn Turner. Love Jolyn Turner's voice. Again, I don't know the body of his work. He's done so many solo albums. I don't know a lot of his work. The stuff that I love, the Ingve album he's on, I love. Obviously, I love the Rainbow stuff that he does, but I don't know enough about his body of work. But everything that I've ever heard him do, just a smooth, smoky, perfect voice, great voice. He even, little trivia, he sings backup on the first ZO2 record on a couple songs. Another one, Lou Gramm. I don't know how nobody picked Lou Gramm. Love Foreigner, incredible. And the other one, now this is not necessarily an honorable mention, but this was someone that surprised me. I had never seen this person sing live before. Obviously, I've seen a lot of singers live before. This person, I saw him in a theater. We opened up for this guy, and never, always loved his style, loved the band. Never thought that much of him as a singer. Just never thought, really never even thought twice about it. Brian Johnson. I heard him sing live in front of me, 5 feet from me. The most powerful voice I've ever heard.
Did he pitch for the Yankees? The lefty?
Oh, that's Randy Johnson, I think. It's
Oh,
Randy
okay.
Johnson. Just insanely powerful. Unbelievable, his voice. You don't think of him as the singer because he's a growling and he's, but insane.
Ernie, can we talk?
Come on, Ernie, what do you got?
I think it's interesting that you choose Paul Rogers and Lou Gramm because Foreigner was purposely put together to be the next Bad Company, and that's what they were trying to be.
I mean, I think they were bigger than Bad Company.
Yeah, but the Bad Company was first.
Yep.
When Foreigner was forming.
I didn't know
Foreigner
that.
was not bigger than Bad Company when Foreigner was first forming.
So who did that, Ernie? Who put them together to be the next Bad Company?
Oh no, they did it. They did it themselves. But
Oh, okay.
That was the thinking. Yeah.
Really?
Foreigner was Bad Company Part 2. With
what year did Foreigner start?
78,
Nice.
I think. So,
Yeah, like we know.
78 is an incredible year, by the way.
Good year. Good year. Good year for Scotch.
Yeah, but 79, Ernie. 79 is when he really kicked into his solo career. I'm just throwing out numbers.
With Van Halen 1 and the first Cars album, there's a lot of good stuff going on in 78.
It's another good
Yeah,
topic. 5 greatest years for music. That would be hard.
No, I'm in the 70s. I'm in the 70s.
5
But
greatest dates, period. Exactly. 5 greatest
I got
lines.
one day right now, Christmas Eve, 69.
That's a good one.
No, that's not
Schnob.
good. All right. So back to our contest. Everyone, email us at top5withjoeycassata@gmail.com. Send us your pictures of you wearing the Ernie shirt and holding an Ernie shirt to be eligible to win, to come on our show and be one of our guests. And if you stomp the butter at the same time, we'll even let you choose the topic. Guys, any last words?
If they
I'm
one more shirt and we give them the show. The show's theirs.
You know,
That-
my last words. There's certain places in my life I never thought I would be. Sitting in my car in a Sally Port in a courthouse so I can get reception, so I can put my car in reverse and park it and go back inside.
It's
That's
not
pretty
that
cool.
cold out there. At least it's not freezing. You're not going to be Bon Scott.
Well,
It's
there was
close.
that one time where my head was out leaning over the passenger seat of my car in front of Episcopalian church. And my door was open and I was throwing up in the gutter and passed out with the car rolling. And it was people going to church and no one called the police or an ambulance.
Oh, take this. See, here's the story. Go like this. Rewind it. Let me hear the story, please.
We were out drinking on Flatbush. So I went to my car. It was on Avenue R, the Episcopalian church. And I got in the car. It was like 15 degrees out. and I had to throw up, and I leaned over my passenger seat
Okay.
because I didn't want my car door open, my door taken off.
Right into
Leaned
the
in the
street, right?
gutter. My body, my face is in the gutter, hanging out of the car.
Okay.
Car's still running, and I threw up, and I passed out. And I wake up, the people going to church, and no one gives a fuck.
They probably thought you were dead.
These are Christians. These are Christians.
Oh God! See, now we go back. Don't you wish there was some footage of that?
No.
All right,
You know what's
everyone.
the problem with the footage? If you showed the footage, you never want to see it again. These are
Yeah.
memories. They're better than
Yeah,
because
that's.
they get blown out of proportion.
You're right.
Different. Everything's funnier when
You know what? Perfect. You just hit it right on the head. You're so right. Memories grow over the years.
they change.
They change. Everything gets better. When you look back at something, you're like, oh yeah, that wasn't as good as I thought it was. That's not how I remember it.
Ernie, I think you go from like 0 to hero sometimes and these memories.
Yeah.
I have a feeling that was some kind of weird Aussie Sabbath shit reference. That's our cue to get the hell out of here. All right, everyone. We'll see you next time.
I want
Ernie.
to say one thing about Bon Scott that you made me think of the hypothermia. Because whenever anybody talks about Bon Scott, I start laughing when they talk about how he died. And people like, what the hell's wrong with you? For some reason, I get the image of the end of The Shining. Anytime anybody talks about Bon Scott.
Terrible. That's disgusting. But yeah, you're probably right.
That pops in my head.
God, how fucking drunk do you have to be? You don't even realize you're cold. You don't realize it.
No. You pass out in a car drunk without turning your car on. And you just freeze to death.
Yeah, but if I fall asleep in a car and I'm gonna wake up because I'm freezing, my body's gonna be shivering.
It's called passing out.
I guess so. Or in front of the church vomiting.
Never intended.
All
I
right.
think my sister got married in that church. But anyway.
Are they still together? There you go.
You know what? For their anniversary, for their 50th anniversary, I'm going to go back there and pass out in front of the church.
Reenact it. Yeah, I agree. Happy and video it. Happy anniversary.
This might be the only time in New York City history where cops don't really give a shit anymore. They're worried about everything else.
All right. We'll see you next time, everyone. Get the hell out of here.